Penalty talk, match reaction then, as we have just drawn our first league game of the season, 1-1 away at Newport County. Before I go on to talk about the game, I'd just like to send some well wishes to the fan that fell ill before the game, which delayed the kick-off for an hour to allow for the emergency services to sort of attend. Hope all is well there. But yeah, onto the game. A lot of positives, a couple of niggles, which I am going to cover. This is going to be a regular occurrence now on the channel, where we'll have a match day vlog and a match reaction. I'm away at the moment, so I was able to watch on iFollow. So I feel like I have a good view of the game. Obviously, I listen to the commentary as well to get their sort of view as well, which I think helps to sort of get Stal's opinion as well, and sort of see how that balances with mine. So into the game, I thought that we started the first half really well. My friends that don't really support Knots were sort of saying, what are you expecting going into the game? And I was saying intensity, and that is what we got. We got a really high intensity performance in that first half. We were relentless, really, pressing them really well, not giving them a second on the ball, passing it really quickly as well. I just felt like that first half was really good. My only concern in that first half was something sort of creeping in from last season, was that sort of that use of the ball in the final third. We seem to be lacking that killer instinct. I'm not saying it's down to individuals and stuff like that. This team, we've had a good preseason, but this team haven't played bags and bags of minutes together, have they? So they need to get used to each other and how they play. And it's the first game of the season. It's a draw on the road, isn't it? So you can't be too downhearted about it. But with the way that we played across the full 90, I am disappointed that it wasn't 3 points, but it could have been a lot worse. I mean, another one for me, Dennis, today, he goes on a solo run in that first half as well. So he's not just one of those that's going to hold up the ball. He's not going to be one of those that's an aerial threat. He can dribble as well, which, I didn't believe he had that sort of level of quality, but, he was knocking it through players on that run like he was nothing. So it's good to see that he has those attributes and that he can sort of bring that to the squad. And yeah, that's sort of all I got to say really for the first half. It's a shame really, like Connor Grant sort of hits the bar after about 10 minutes, and it's great football leading up to the goal. You can't be too hard with what you've seen there. We played some really nice stuff in that first half, and we started the second half fairly well. You sort of, obviously they scored really early in the second half. I think it was like 47th, 48th minute or something like that. And I know for a fact that Patterson will be fuming with that goal, because it's sort of a long throw that's first phase of it's missed, and then second phase it's sort of bobbled up, and then it just falls as for a free header for their striker, who puts it home. So I know, because it's sort of set play, he'll be gutted with that. He'll be absolutely gutted with that, and he'll make that known to the players, I'm sure. I'll be interested to see his post-match interview, to see how he assesses things. And see, if he pinpoints players, which we sort of saw a little bit. Now we're sort of getting into the business of things in the league. It'll be interesting to see how he responds to things like this. Is he going to be, outright saying it's this player's fault and this player needs to do better, or is he going to be a little bit more protective? It's going to be interesting, because he seems like a character that's not afraid to sort of hold players to account in post-match interviews and things like that. But only time will tell. Time will tell. It's the first game of the season. There's a lot of games to go. I feel hard done by today. Even them scoring, I know it was only the second minute of the second half, but on reflection of the game, it was against the run of play. It really was against the run of play. Don't get me wrong. After that goal, I do think Newport had a little bit of threat in them, and I thought there was times where we got away with it. They hit the post as well in the second half, and then obviously we go on. Jody gets his first of the season from a penalty spot. Newport were claiming that it wasn't a penalty. It's close. It's definitely close. You can see why they were claiming it, but from my perspective, from what we saw on the replay and things like that, it was a penalty. But in the grand scheme of things, whilst you're playing, I can see why they might have thought that it was a free kick outside the box. But, really nice taken penalty. Confident as you like. I'm feeling good about Jody this season. If we can keep Jody fit this season and uninjured, I think it's going to be scary what levels we get to, in terms of him offering, assists, goals, and having that spot kick taken out as well, because we're sort of left in the lurch a little bit, aren't we? Really, who takes the penalties? But I think Jody's definitely the man, isn't he? He's been quality from the spot. And then yeah, I mean, changes. Patterson was proactive, I thought. He changed a lot in game. I think putting Edwards right wing back is potentially questionable. I'd like to see, if he gets questioned about that as to why he's done that. But I can't say he's played bad in that role. I just didn't see Edwards coming on and sort of filling that role. Another questionable thing that I think as well, and I'm like I say, I'd like to see his reasoning for it. I'm not saying that it's the right or wrong thing. I'm just saying from my perspective, it just seemed a little bit maybe left field, should I say. Was taking the strike off when we sort of wanted to get a goal, when we were sort of on top in those final stages of the game. I think there's about 8 minutes left to go, and he takes Dennis off, who I thought had quite a big impact on the game. He worked some really nice openings from nothing as well in that second half. You just felt like he couldn't quite get the shot away that he needed to. So I'm sure he'll be frustrated with that. But yeah, on whole, he'll be pleased with how he performed today. I think I was pleased with what I saw from him today. Yeah, and then puts QER on. QER, a player that I'd like to see more of. What I saw of him in pre-season, I would like to see him utilised a lot more. And look, it's going to take time. I'm not criticising and saying, look, this should be this way, this should be that way. Players can be worked in sort of after 60 minutes at half time, things like that, just to have a bit more of an impact on the game. So yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I can say really. I'd like to see QER get a bit longer in the game. Bennett comes on, looks lively, looks like he wants to drive at players, take players on, and make things happen, which is exciting. I feel like we've not really had a player like that wants to face the player and run at them for quite a while, really. I mean, Jody's sort of similar, but with the sort of ability, the pace, the physicality that Bennett has, you feel like he's going to get some good numbers as well this season in terms of it. I think mainly assists, but he might chip in with a goal or two as well. So yeah, I mean, I feel like I've covered most ground really. There was a lot of subs. I think there's 4 or 5 subs in the end. So the subs got a good run out. Majority of players got a good run out. So I think for the first game of the season, I always look at Newport without any disrespect to Newport. I always look at Newport away and think we should be winning that, and we should. Like if we're going for promotion, we should be going away to Newport and winning. We always do quite well there, don't we? So yeah, disappointed, and I think even on the balance of the game today, disappointing that we didn't get the win. But we've got a point. There's a point on the road. I know it's the old cliche: draw your away games, win your home games, and you won't be far off at the end of the season. But when you're on top like that, you need to be scoring goals. What I'd like to ask sort of the viewers is, do you think we missed Jata today? I think there was potential to miss Jata today. We sort of missed maybe the first half of the season from last season. Jata, his finishing. We definitely missed a little bit of that, just that killer instinct in the final third, like I've already mentioned. I'm sure it'll come on. I'm not saying it's not there at all. I'm sure we'll improve and we'll get better. But yeah, a lot of positives, I think. I'd be interested to know what other people think. I've not really looked online before I've instantly just gone on and made this video. I'd love to know what people think. So yeah, let me know in the comments. If you've enjoyed, please like the video. If you don't already, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.